Hey guys, I'm working with the boys, all three of them here on place. We have Freddie the Doodle, we have Doug and his bro, Russell. Right now, all three boys are on place. They are working on impulse control. Believe it, these three around each other, holding a down on place, is a big deal for developing, cultivating that off switch that they so desperately need. The boys especially need it. Why? Because when you have littermates, you literally have that added in distraction of each other to contend with. And I feel like that's why these guys at 6 months old can't even do a sit. When they came in for training, they could not do a sit. And I think it's just because it's that added energy of each other that is like unbelievably difficult and challenging to deal with as owners. You guys are really going to have to do lots of follow through, hold them accountable, and do separate work as well. It's really, really important that you do separate work. Freddie over here, he's rocking it. His biggest thing right now is still the crate, being very vocal, and having that feeling of I need to be out when everyone else is out. And that is simply not the case. And he's gotten so much better with just a verbal correction, no or quiet. And I don't even have to be in the room, but I'll say it over the camera speaker, or I'll just shout downstairs, quiet. And he's pretty good about quieting down now. But when things get super, if he hears noise upstairs, or if I've taken one of the other dogs out, he still feels like it's his place to, be out too. So sometimes you will need to utilize the e-collar to correct him and let him know that when you're in a crate, you're working, and that means be quiet. So back to the boys and what has happened overnight. So their stomach situation has normalized. I will slowly reintroduce their food and see how things go. I also separated them because Doug, right here, Doug, was feeding off of Russell, and I think that's why he also developed some stomach issues, because he did not have them. So they were side by side in crates. I have moved them to where they cannot see each other when they're crated. And I hold them accountable when one comes out, and if they see each other come out, they want to be together, and make sure that the other is calm in the crate. So some things that you guys will do at home with these boys is, you're going to make sure that you do make them do work like this together. So they're both on back ties. They're only here for 1 week, so you're going to continue to have to utilize back ties, which is just a leash looped around something. Like I have the leash looped around the crate. It's carabinered to the crate, and then it's looped around and hooked to the prong collar. So this helps him to just chill out while I'm working his brother or another dog. And it's teaching him to be calm around other dogs too, which is more of Doug's problem, is that he just wants to be around every dog. Russell seems a bit more apprehensive, especially with my dogs. He's actually a little fearful around them, and they've had no interaction. He just sees them and freezes. So we'll be working on that too. I want him to just kind of be able to coexist, not be fearful, and not be overexcited. And that's something that you both as owners will have to contend with. And that goes for Freddie too. Freddie is super jacked up when he sees other dogs, and he can be inappropriate. So you will have to manage that. He's going to have recall though on him. You will be able to recall him off of other dogs when he plays. And you want to make sure that the play is appropriate. And I'll talk more about that as we get deeper into training. But just real quick on the pups, these two, the brothers, and I'll end it on this, but when they come home, just proof and practice everything individually with them. Even if it's just in your interactions, make sure that you both have time with them to practice. It doesn't have to be like where you take 10 minutes out of each day. It's just in your interactions, you're going to be proofing commands, making sure that they follow through. You'll utilize the e-collar to help you when distractions are higher. You're going to need the e-collar to really get through to them because they have so much going on in their brains. But as you can see, they're perfectly capable of also chilling out. And I mean, when I say chill out, I mean chill out on place, not chilling out on the couch with the family. That's different. And you really be very mindful of the affection that you give them. The affection, I notice whenever, even if I put on a collar, they fall to pieces because they want to be, they want to be pet, they want to be, have that love and affection. And anytime they see a couch, they think they can jump right on it. Make sure you're inviting them up on the couch after they do some work like this. Even when the kids are around, that's an awesome distraction where you just put them on a back tie, make them do plays, help them to develop that off switch, and then you share some affection with them. Invite them on the couch. Make sure that they get off of the couch when you instruct them to. And that's a more healthy way of approaching it with the pups. If you give them a ton of free entitlements now, you are going to struggle when they become 80-pound adult littermates and they're running the household. So just be mindful. I'm not saying you can't share the affection with them, and I know they're awesome, but I'm always coming from the other side of the fence. This is what I see all the time, and you guys are super smart for getting them in early for training. But just remember, this is just the beginning. This is a nice foundation, but you've got to continue that work at home and make sure that that everything solidifies going forward. And that's why I am a big proponent of being super careful with affection, playing hard to get, even though they're super lovable. And you're going to come out on the other end with awesome dogs. All right, guys, have a great day. Hello, whoever tuned in. Have a good one.